Hey guys, it's Jennifer from Breakthrough Maths and welcome to this video on the introduction to trigonometry. So the first thing I've included here is a screenshot from the formulae and log tables book where you're given the formulas for sine, cos and tan and for Pythagoras' theorem. Now it uses the letters A, B and C, and these are the sides that are marked in on the triangle that I've highlighted in yellow. Now, I will not be using these formulas given in the log tables book because I find if you label the triangles according to what they're actually called, each side, it makes it more easier to understand what each formula means. And I also have a rhyme for sine, cos and tan which helps you to understand it. So if you do find this easier and like going by the sides A, B and C corresponding to the diagram, by all means do that, but I think sometimes it can get confusing when triangles are different shapes and they're arranged differently to how this one is. So what I like to do is first of all label our hypotenuse. So our hypotenuse in this case is going to be this side here, our hypotenuse. Why is it the hypotenuse? It's the side across from the right angle. So this symbol here means right angle. So it's the side that's directly across from the right angle, and the hypotenuse is always the longest side in the triangle. So that's two features of hypotenuse. It's across from the right angle and it's the longest side in the triangle. Okay, what are the other two sides called? Well, to know which one is which, you need another angle marked in. So let's say this angle is marked in and it says 30 degrees, or it could say X degrees. It doesn't even have to be given the measurement. But if you have another angle marked in that's not a right angle, then you know the side across from that is just going to be called the opposite. So that's the side across from the angle that's not 90 degrees. And the final side, the leftover side that you always mark in last, is the adjacent. Now, going forward, I will not be labeling these hypotenuse, opposite and adjacent. I'll just be calling them H, O and A. So that's what that means, hypotenuse, opposite and adjacent. So now that we know how we label the sides, the first formula that I'm going to show you is Pythagoras' theorem. So for Pythagoras' theorem, you can see in the log tables, it's c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. But now that we know what our sides are, and you label them in a question, Pythagoras' theorem is h squared is equal to o squared plus a squared, or it can be h squared is equal to a squared plus o squared. What I mean by this is all that's really important is your hypotenuse, because that comes first. If you're not given this other angle that you need to decide whether one side is opposite or adjacent, it doesn't matter, because when you square each side and add them up, it will give you the same answer, whether you do the opposite or adjacent first. So you don't actually need to know which one's the opposite and adjacent. You just need to know which one is your hypotenuse, the one across from the right angle. You square that and then you put it equal to the other two sides squared and added up. So that's your Pythagoras' theorem. The next thing I'm going to show you is the sine, cos, tan rule. So sine, cos, tan, again in the log tables, it's marked in according to the sides that they labelled A, B and C. But now we'll do it according to the way we have our triangle marked in now. So I like to use a rhyme. So it's going to be silly old Harry caught a herring trawling off America. So each one then is going to be equal to this. So the sine of our angle is going to be equal to the opposite over hypotenuse. The cos of our angle, whatever it may be, is equal to the adjacent over the hypotenuse. And finally, the tan of an angle is equal to the opposite over the adjacent. So silly old Harry caught a herring trawling off America. Some people just call this the 𝗧𝗿𝗄𝗏 rule, whatever you want to call it. I remember that rule. Silly old Harry caught a herring trawling off America, or 𝗧𝗿𝗄𝗏. So now that we know how to label the sides of a triangle, you already know Pythagoras' theorem and the sine, cos and tan rule.